Hello and welcome to part 3 of VPC Hands-on Lab. Here, we will create one EC2 instance in public subnet and one in private subnet, and we'll observe the behavior. All right. So let's get going with creating the EC2 instances. Okay. Okay. So first, let us create the EC2 instance for this is the custom VPC that we need to select, and then for public subnet, we need to select public subnet. And we see use subnet settings for also auto assign public IP, which is enabled by default. Great. Let us also transform this into a web server. We have already done this in our EC2 hands-on lab. Wonderful. Add storage, which is good. Configure security group. We can select from one of the existing security groups. But this is a new VPC. So those security groups are not applicable or accessible here. So let us create a new one. And with SSH, let us add access to HTTP as well. Wonderful. Great. Review and launch. Launch. This key pair we have access to. So great. So while this is getting created, we will also create a VPC, an EC2 in private subnet. Okay. This time in custom VPC, let us go for private subnet. And here auto assign public IP is disabled. We have already seen this. No need to transform this into a web server. Add storage, add tags, security groups. Although we have already created one, I don't think we'll need this, but let us see. Review and launch, launch, key pair, done. Okay. So this is the one that we had created, and this is the one that we had created in public subnet, and this is the one that we have created in private subnet. Okay, we can say this. It has a public IP, so looks like we are going good here. Can we access the web server through the public IP? We can. So you see what is happening here is, in the public subnet, we have this EC2 instance, and if there is a request to access this EC2 instance here, this is what we're doing by hitting on the IP. Then this request is hitting the internet gateway. Internet gateway says, wait, I know this public IP has a private IP. Okay. As you can see, this is the public IP. And this is the private IP. So this mapping is at internet gateway level. Then it forwards the request to router. The router says, okay, I know this IP. This is in public subnet. So let's forward you to this EC2 instance. But there are two more gateways. One, NACL at subnet level, and then security group at EC2 level. We have already seen that NACL is allowing everything. So it is not stopping anything. And security group is also allowing port 80. That's what we have configured, right? So wonderful. Everything goes smooth. Now this is the request coming in. How about the request going out? Can we see that? Okay. Let us connect. Let us SSH into this EC2 instance. And now that we are into the EC2 instance, let us do a ping to google.com. It is successful. So even the outgoing requests are working. How? Okay, let us see this. From here, the request is coming to the router. Router is consulting the route table. Route table has an entry to internet gateway, and that's how it is going out. We already know that this EC2 instance is in public subnet. All right, great. Now, how about the private subnet EC2 instance? It does not have public IP, and hence we cannot access this. Although there are ways, NAT gateways and NAT instances, but that doesn't fall within the scope of this course. Hence, I'm deliberately not including this. Please write to me in case you want me to go through NAT gateway, NAT instances as well. That will just be one more session. Okay. So that's pretty much it. We have already created all the components that we see here. And we have seen the workflows that we went through in conceptual session. We actually have performed a lab for all those workflows, that is requests coming in, request going out, and an EC2 instance of private subnet not having private IP, hence it cannot go outside of VPC, and the public subnet EC2 instance can make request to google.com because it has way out to internet. Wonderful. Thank you, and looking forward to seeing you in the next session.